This is it. The final episode is here. We have our conclusion. We cannot wait to review it with you guys. But first, I want to give thanks to our sponsor.
Guys, we all need a VPN. Alex, why do we need a VPN?
To protect your data, to get around geo-blocking for services you're already paying for, and
Yeah.
because with our deal, it's 83% off, and it's about $2
Exactly.
a month
Best
for
value
unlimited
And if you're
sharing.
lazy like other Joe, you can have unlimited shares for your family.
shares.
Okay, so you're only paying $2.21 a month for the VPN, and you're giving it to all of your family, right? With that 30-day money-back guarantee. So see if it's something you're interested in. Click those links down below. Empower yourself. Take back control of the content that you watch online, and protect your data. It's a really good idea, especially in this day and age. So check out Surfshark. Huge thanks to Surfshark for making this series possible, helping us review that. If you guys could do us a favor, click those links down below, engage with those links, and consider a VPN for yourself. It's important. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it's not enough time. It's not enough time to put everything together. They did everything in 40 minutes. Something like 41 minutes, 37 seconds, something like that, right? And you're introducing a new character, a new sort of opponent in this White Vision, and you're resolving White Vision. You could have done that alone in 42 minutes, right? But no, we had so many other threads to try to solve in 42 minutes. And ultimately, the director himself had said, I think people are going to be disappointed if they have, a bunch of theories together.
Oh, for sure.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to taper my expectations. I'm going to bring my expectations down after I read that. I'm not one that's I've already over time said there's not going to be a Mephisto. I said this is just going to be Agnes, right? So I prepared myself for that already. However, even with myself prepared, I found myself wanting in certain areas of the resolutions in here. But ultimately, all said and done, I was satisfied. I thought it was a great episode, and I just wish that there was more. I wish that we didn't smash everything together in
Just
40
need more
minutes to
time. Yeah.
resolve it. This seemed like it could have benefited from a two-parter. Like it could have had episode 9, 10, part 1, part 2, and we would be fucking perfect. We'd be 10 out of 10 if this is part 1, part 2, right? We didn't get that. There's a lot of plot threads left unresolved.
Yes.
I'm like, excuse me, what the fuck? You're just not going to address this? And so that's a little annoying, and things are resolved too quickly. For example, Pietro is resolved too quickly. Monica, the power side of Monica, a little too quickly, but Monica is resolved in a satisfying way later on in the 2 end scenes. So stay tuned. There are 2 end scenes in here that kind of tease at future stuff. And, of course, White Vision. This, I think, is disappointing. Whereas the battle between Vision and White Vision, I liked. Visually, I liked. The resolution to it was disappointing. However, the battle between Agnes and Wanda, awesome. Man, I fucking love all this witch stuff. We really haven't seen a whole lot of the witch stuff in
Witch on witch
the
action.
Marvel Universe, and I am all for it. I just love their powers. I want to be a witch. Because it's just powers and shit and fucking incantations, and then Scarlet Witch Wanda becoming the Scarlet Witch was really, really well done, and I think that part sort of holds it up. And the conflict between, does she keep her hex going, or does she lose her family, her love, and everything? So on the drama side of things, on the battle side of things, on the visual side of things, I think it's about as well as you can do it in the 40-minute time frame. But why limit yourself like that? There's so much. It's written so well throughout the whole series that you could have just done a little more. People create theories and stuff, but even doing it the most standard, average way, straightforward. I shouldn't say average. I said straightforward way of the storytelling.
was done so well that people were packing on to it all these other things, and it was just done straightforward, right? But it was done straightforward in about the best way possible. So it's very difficult for me to come up with a final rating. But let me toss it to you guys and tell us your thoughts on the episode.
I feel like they stumbled on the landing. They did get a lot of stuff resolved, except for the conclusion between the Vision fight. I was not satisfied with.
Yeah,
it felt to
me
me
neither.
like there was the Scott Pilgrim or the final boss, and like they start fighting. It's like, hey, we have a lot in common. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Let's grab coffee. I was like, okay, well.
Well, I
whatever
saw that
happened-
coming.
Whatever happens to him, like that's,
Yeah. Okay, let's just bring that out right now.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Where's
he just
White
takes
Vision?
off. He's like, I'm Vision. Takes off. I was
Where's White Vision? At first I was like, wait, did he
expecting the
transfer
cutscene.
into White and then he was the one? No, he's not the one. White Vision literally it's like fucking 7 frames. He flies up and that's it. I'm Vision. I am the Vision.
Yeah, I was like, where did he go?
Excuse
Maybe
me.
in the post.
And
like,
nobody says a goddamn word. Vision comes out. The Wanda created Vision comes out. Doesn't say shit. And then Wanda doesn't say shit to him. Like, excuse me, where is this high-level threat? None of that.
Yeah.
Never talked about the rest of the episode. That you don't do. That's poor writing, and that is going to hurt.
Yeah, they
the
really
story.
would have benefited from stretching out this episode, like you said.
Was a
two-parter,
point?
something like that.
The point was just introducing him to then resolve him
For next time.
later.
Yeah. And another thing where the other characters just felt like they took a back seat.
Yeah, which
Monica,
ones?
Monica, Jim, but Darcy. You don't really care
Darcy,
about it.
yeah.
They were barely in there. I was
Jim
like,
is the
Jim
FBI guy?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
FBI guy. They just took a back seat, but I love those characters. I wanted to see more out of them. But overall, it was fine for what it was. Our imaginations on the internet would have been way better.
It's always way better
it
when you
is,
have
it is.
1,000 minds. What am I talking about? 1,000 millions of minds dissecting the story, and you come with something better.
Yeah.
But I think that they did the series so well that they could have run into some of this shit on their own. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, as Alex said before, I need to taper that. It's not what I wanted, but it is what it is. So overall, I still enjoyed it.
Okay. Alex, what did you think?
I think it was an inconsistent episode. I think that on an emotional level, this was a very emotional episode, and it was they did a very good job with that. It was an episode that we did get some cool battles, but the inconsistencies is we had some pacing issues where there was time spent in the beginning of the episode that I imagine stuff ended up on the cutting room floor. That's how all these things work. Some cool scenes, resolutions of plot of certain plots get cut out, and we got scenes that were neat, but do we need the witch flashback that eats up a couple minutes of time, or do we want a resolution of something else? Do we want to lengthen that final fight to let that the final reveal hit a little bit harder? That it's like, I've learned from you. I've already learned stuff from you, and you've taught me how to beat you. Like that, stretching things out towards the end, the really big scenes, I think would have had a better emotional impact with the audience, us, than if some of the beginning stuff, like watching her wrestle Quicksilver in the apartment, I didn't give a shit about. It had nothing to do with anything. It was really cool to see him. Like we got a boner joke.
Ralph
Hilarious.
Boner.
His name
who is Pietro? But guys, his name's
Ralph
Boner.
Bonner.
So his name's Boner. I mean,
I actually had a friend when I was growing up, last name Boner. It's pretty mean and bad.
some people like
Cruel
boners.
parents.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. A lot of people like boners.
Yeah. But so that's the problem that I think they had is they focused on some other things and they should have stretched out. In my opinion, they should have stretched out some other things. But I still ultimately liked the episode. I almost don't even say they didn't stick the landing because they did stick it.
Yeah,
it just
they stumbled.
it didn't have the.
It's just you did it.
Yeah.
You executed.
You did it, and it was
Right? There's no
satisfying.
flair.
Yeah.
There's no extra. Like all the rest of the fucking episodes had this extra to it, and just a potential to it. And when they would,
It just Lance
Yeah,
walks away.
but it was
I
more-
like, wait, come back.
yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it a little bit. See, my criticism, everything happens very quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, once the fucking episode starts, it's basically just, this was a two-parter just from the last one, right? But the last one wasn't in the climax. It just go, boom, boom, we're in the climax. The first 2 minutes, we're fighting. Agnes is, fucking around with the kids and pisses off Scarlet Witch. He
fucking uses powers, and then she realizes, oh, she's sucking her power, and it's like my thing is taking power from those that don't deserve it. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. That's a real, like, how the fuck do you fight Scarlet Witch and Wanda? She's too powerful. She's more powerful than Doctor Strange, right? Well, good thing is Wanda is vulnerable right now. She doesn't know shit. She lacks knowledge. So right now she really does not deserve her powers. So this makes Agnes a true threat because, like, if you don't deserve your powers, they're mine because that's my thing. But so Wanda comes up with this creative thing. I'm gonna fucking hit her with a car. She just like puts her power on a car, slams her into the thing, right? And then Vision shows up instantly. White Vision, we knew it. He's coming in and he's fighting. Vision on fight, Joe. The one you were looking for is like the Clegan Bowl, but it was too quick. It was. I liked all the powers and the blue beam and then the yellow beam and then the thing with Vision is he can fucking phase, right? And so they're phasing into each other, grabbing each other. And it was creative in the way that they're fighting, and I loved it.
I kind of want to see them both like just kind of
phase into each other,
like trying to fight is like not hitting each other.
You want to do one of these, Joe?
Yes. They're both invisible. You can't hit them.
I'm glad that didn't happen. Anyways, they did that fight about as well as you can execute that fight with the restrictions and the money and the budget and all this other stuff, and I liked the fight. Now, let's see. So the bad guy so there's multiple bad guys. You got Agnes, you got White Vision, and you've got
cartoon asshole bad guy.
Cartoon asshole
Hayward.
bad guy
Who shot at kids
Yes.
for no
So-
reason.
so-
You know how we were saying that this, and people are like, no, he's not that much of a poorly written cartoon
He's
bad
not
guy.
that much of a cartoon over the top bad guy.
He is the epitome. He is the top over the top cartoon, poorly written, shitty bad guy.
Everything that Alex was concerned about
He
was
shot kids.
confirmed. So if any of you were talking shit, you need to fucking apologize because that guy's like, I'm going to protect people and I'm going to do, and then I'm going to shoot kids.
Yeah.
No. There's a little bit
He
of
tried to bribe a FBI off. No one will ever believe you. You got to join the dark side. We're going to shoot kids.
So they
Like, fuck
capture Jim. What is his name?
Jim.
Jimmy. And so he's like, fuck. He's handcuffed and he sees a phone on the table. He's like, I'm gonna grab that phone. But there is a guard staring at him. This is the same thing we said from Bad Writing from the previous episode. Remember when they're punching everybody and there's a fucking patrol walking, let's watch it. Hey guys, what's up? Well, there's a guard right there looking at him grab the phone and he does nothing. So I don't know, whatever. And then where the fuck did he get the paperclip? So
He was next to the phone.
He went to get the phone and the paperclip. So he got both the phone and the paperclip all at one time. You're right. And then he I was like, come on, man. There's people watching you there. But whatever. Jimmy needs a way to get out.
Yeah, but there's already established ways within the character's universe. Like it would be great if he had a sidekick there and he breaks out of his
Could have been
handcuffs.
Darcy.
He's like, and
No,
what?
Darcy
And
was
he
in
just
the
goes like
circle.
online magic college, and he doesn't explain anything. He explains nothing, but it's good for the character. What they did was.
We go back into some good stuff where Agnes cuts everyone off and lets everyone
like that.
themselves tell Wanda she's fucking up. And I like that a lot. But again, another crushing blow for the theorists. Not really me, because I was like, I don't really care about this guy, but the mailman. Mailman's just a mailman. He's just a guy. Not
No manifesto?
Where's that? Oh, we have a guy on the inside. No guy on the inside. What?
Just mailman.
No, just he's just a mailman, and he's like, you're hurting me. That kind of thing.
Are we manifesto?
I'm just a messenger. Don't hurt me. He was nobody. So that was
Damn it.
a red herring, a fake thing. And then we go to Pietro, who is keeping Monica, and you're like, why is this guy working for Agnes if he's just under the control and the same spell from Wanda? But it turns out his necklace. Now, I don't know if I've seen in the previous episodes whether he was wearing this necklace. They have to have him
I
wearing
think
the
so.
necklace
They like
to
to
be
pay attention to
consistent.
detail.
Yeah.
They have paid attention to
Everyone
detail.
but the guards in the show have incredible
Yeah,
attention
exactly.
to detail.
But again, here, an incredible disappointment because we were hoping that the meta of the show is, look, Fox, multiverse, the universe, the Fox. No.
thank God.
The reason why Quicksilver from the Fox universe looks like Quicksilver from the Fox universe is bullshit. It's because Ralph Boner just happens to look like the character in the Fox universe.
He had
It's
his
not
head
that
shot
character.
there and
It's not
everything.
anything having to do with the
He's
multiverse
an actor.
Quicksilver. So we
Played
get
an
no multiverse stuff, right? None. And I remember I was talking with Joe or somebody, maybe on stream on our twitch.tv/AngryJoe show, where I was discussing with Chad. It's like, what do you expect? And I went for the cut your fucking expectations to the lowest possible, which is it's going to go way too fast. There's going to be but one of the ones I added at the end, no multiverse stuff. And when that came out of my mouth, I'm like, that is so disappointing, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. That's what it was. No multiverse stuff. So anyways, Ralph Boner. The boys, it's funny because in roll call, I was a roll call hall aide, it's like, is there Boner? Is there Boner here? And my friend Boner, my Boner. And then we got Joe. The boys and Vision are tied to the Hex. Mm-hmm. So as he's battling the White Vision, she notices that she's basically torturing people. So she says, I can't do this no more. And she seems to have involuntary power surges where she'll do something and she doesn't mean to do it, right? Yes. That's obviously the whole series. So when they're complaining to her, she's like, shut the fuck up. She didn't say that.
Emotions.
But she's like, and just they fucking, she's like choking the fuck out of them, right? It's scary stuff. This is the really well-developed stuff.
You said you were into that, right?
We love.
It's a great outfit she's wearing. I mean,
it was.
It's a full leather,
so she
red
stops,
hair. You said that was your thing?
But in stopping it, she tears Vision apart. And surprisingly, this is another surprise to me. The kids are starting to be torn apart too, because I thought that, they just legitimately had a baby. But the answer was there all the time.
Yeah.
That
everyone lives in the Hex.
That, why are they growing up so fast? It's because they're a part of the fucking eras that are going. It's like, God damn it, that was so obvious. I don't know why I was tricked by that. I was tricked by that, I guess, because in the comics, they legitimately do have children. But here they don't have that. So, again, another theory completely destroyed. No X-Men, no mutants, no House of M.
No New Mutants.
This is really, really disappointing when you go through it, right? You got no multiverse, no mutants, no Vision. Okay, so then the Vision thing resolved was like, what?
Way too quick.
I do like that they were trying to do they're at equal power level, or maybe White Vision's a little stronger, or maybe this Vision's a little stronger, but Vision is Vision, so he tries to use some diplomacy, some negotiation skills, something other than just, brawl out. I like that. I like the mind games. And they talk about, I don't know, a specific ship or a story. The ship of Theseus.
Got you and me.
And then also to kind of get across that White Vision actually has memories stored in him of Vision. Yeah. And so by using this story and by challenging him, what's your directive? My directive is to destroy Vision. Well, I'm not Vision. I'm a manifestation of Vision, so it kind of confuses him at first, opens him up. He touches his little reactor core, the blue one, and unlocks these memories with permission. May I have permission? Vision is so goddamn polite. I fucking love Vision. He's cool. Anyway, so he does that and unlocks all his memories, and he's like, I am Vision. And then pieces out.
Yeah, that's what I didn't get.
Oh, he's coming back. I mean, he's going to end up with Wanda, and that's how they're going to see each other again.
Okay, that's where I was like, he unlocked all the memories. He's like, oh, my God, I'm in love with this woman.
Right. I need to protect her. I need to help her. Bye.
Yeah. I was like, she's right there.
No, Joe.
She's in trouble.
Here comes the counter. He needs time to work it out. Okay?
He needs space. He's been dead for how long?
He went to the paint department, all right? He's going to paint himself.
Come back with crayons.
Yeah. It's the best I can do, baby.
All right, whatever.
I don't know. So then that happens, and then his inner Vision is unlocked, and technically Vision is now resurrected. It's just not talked about, not resolved, not shown in the episode, but Vision is now out there. Wanda takes... So how does Wanda battle this witch who's not only sucking her power but has more knowledge than she? And Wanda does a clever tactic.
Yep. Take a page out of her own book.
Boom. Mm-hmm. Whoop, 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 and goes back into the past where we saw in Salem, and she's going to sort of freak her out.
That's the exposition that you were talking
and
about.
Wanda was,
it was really cool.
I liked it.
They just want to
zombies, Joe. The motherfucking zombies.
She's Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. All right, now scene.
All right, then the scene is over, and
Yep.
it's like
"Get
it's
us
basically
some men-
cool
some-
scene.
they get Wanda
Hey, it's
instead,
Scarlet
right?
Witch.
Yeah,
And she
she's
explodes and
confident.
escapes. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. And so then they go in and they do the DBZ battle in the air. This is another part I liked. About as well as you could do a DBZ battle with the CGI and stuff. And she's like, yes, give me all your power. So she's like constantly throwing. I thought what that was gonna go, and she's like, "You want all my power? Take all my power. I don't want
Explode or
it."
something.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
a fucking chaos, goddamn manifestation of the chaos power in which this Agnes bitch can't handle this much. Right? I thought she was gonna overload her and blow her up, but it's slightly different. And I thought she was giving it to her almost on purpose. But how do they resolve that battle?
So she's purposely missing some of her shots.
Yeah.
She's throwing little balls, and she's like purposely missing. We don't know that she's purposely missing. And what she's actually doing is she's carving runes into her Wanda wall, and the battle dome, Thunderdome, if you will.
Yeah.
And now it's covered in runes. And because she put the runes there, her magic works. But Agnes's will no longer. A lesson from the last episode, and just she goes from withered to fully, back to normal,
Costume.
and then she gets like a leather outfit and her crown, and
Her
then
crown manifests for no reason when she gets put up against the pole in Agnes's world. But I guess since it's Agnes's world and Agnes knows that she's supposed to be the Scarlet Witch, maybe that's there. But anyway, then it manifests in real life, gets a cool new outfit. I like the outfit. You like the outfit?
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the outfit. And defeats her. Then they basically go back to family. Let's go home. Vision comes back, the manifestation Vision, as boys, let's go home. So they go home. They have this. It's kind of a touching scene here. But I don't understand what she says. Maybe you can explain this to me, Alex. Boys, thanks for choosing me to be your mom. What?
It's just like a.
It's just a parent thing.
Yeah.
I
Like,
guess
you
I don't
made
get
us.
it. No, we.
Yeah.
I didn't choose you. You may. Whatever. I guess that's if you're not a parent, you don't understand it. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's not a parent, so I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. Explain it in the comments. I guess it's just, I love you guys so much, and you love me so much that we choose each other.
I don't know.
The
You don't know, and he don't know, and I don't know.
Well,
so
I mean,
so she could have said anything else there that I was like, okay.
She can't say the
I
truth.
love you.
I had a weird metal puppet weirdly impregnate me in a way that you won't understand, and from that,
Can't have sex talk right now.
Yeah, it's like you don't have the sex talk right before your kid's about to die. It's easier to say something touching that they won't understand. Going, well, that guy did his stuff inside of me, and then you guys came out. 'Cause that's
I don't
gross.
know if the boys know they were gonna be killed, but they were totally cool with it. They were like, "All right, I'm gonna go to bed."
Yeah.
And she sees the red hex being deteriorated because she's closing it, and so obviously the kids are now gone and dead.
Maybe they died
They're
off
gone.
screen. We don't know.
Okay, maybe they jumped out of bed and ran away or something. No, they're
No,
gone.
They're dead.
Yeah.
Which serves them right. One of those kids was a terrible actor, and I hated him. No, that was a previous version of him. No,
The
they're
younger
all right.
kids.
Anyways, so again, she doesn't ask about White Vision when they're talking. Instead, he just has one question for her as they're about to kiss. As the doom is coming, the end is coming, and she says, "Who?" He says, "Who am I?" Because it's the question everybody in the audience has. Like, what the fuck? How is this vision a vision? Well, she tells him, "You're a piece of the Mind Stone that lives in me, and you are my sadness. You are my hope. You are my love." He's basically her creation, okay? And it is confirmed. Another little seed was planted. Well, I can't create people like you can create people. Wanda can create. So Wanda created that. Satisfied, Alex?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yep.
I think it's totally reasonable. I mean, it was like I said, like this ending portion was really touching, like they're really nailing going for the emotion, and I think they were successful here. What it does kind of weirdly do is it makes this version of Vision a fucking dick.
What?
He's a fucking selfish, stupid fucking dick. Because she's like,
she's not as cool as a guy.
no, that guy is the fucking worst.
Tell
And you
me.
know why he's the worst?
Huh.
Because she's over there sobbing, her heart is breaking that she's watching Vision die for a third fucking time. She's going to stand there and watch this guy die, and he doesn't go, "Hey, by the way, I unlocked the other dude."
Oh, right, yeah.
And you know
exactly what I said. They don't fucking talk
and it's
about
not
it.
even it's not even my twin brother. It is literally me, the actual physical
He's
things.
still out there.
You know the
Do
weird
not
metal
feel
you've had
grief
sex
for
with?
the next months, years.
Don't even be sad, baby. There's, the actual metal you've had sex with before. He's
Oh
flying out in the
my
sky right now.
God.
That guy's a fucking dick.
You're right.
He's probably
You're
by the
fucking
window
right.
creeping.
Yeah, he's creeping in. He's like,
Does he know?
He's just so selfish. He's like, I want to know what I am. I don't care about you.
yeah,
And
fuck that other guy.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, that's so true. So, anyways, then he is dissipated, and she's walking down the street. All the residents are now free. They're all giving her dirty looks with their hands at their sides. They don't want to attack her. They know they get their ass kicked, but they're not happy with her. And she walks straight to Monica. Oh, I should mention that Monica has a little bit. When the bad guy shoots the kids, Monica shows up and does her photon power. Her power is that she can slow bullets with her body and phase through kind of.
Best
I don't
body
know what
armor ever.
I don't
Doesn't
know
she
what her
she
powers
manipulates
in.
energy
Yellow,
or something?
Yellow eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the kids are like, yeah, I didn't need it. So, but whatever. She's a good person. She helps them, and
They actually, didn't. The other one's like super fast.
None of those
yeah, it's
kids.
like,
None of those kids
she
needed
didn't need
protecting.
to show up, but it
Yeah.
was like the writing is like,
was the
like
action.
Monica, like our Monica
Great
character.
action.
Yeah.
Nope. Anyway, so then
Reckless.
so she walks up. Another reason that you could tell Monica's just there, just written for the audience is
Yeah,
instead of apologizing to the fucking people, she goes straight to Monica and she goes, "I'm sorry." Like what? What? Why are you apologizing to Monica? You need to apologize to all these fucking people instead.
Well,
She doesn't
look-
say goddamn thing, but they say together. It's like it doesn't matter what it's like they'll never know what you did for them, and she's like, "Well, it doesn't fucking matter."
Monica risked her life on multiple occasions to try to put a stop to this, and so I mean, like hand waving, it makes sense, and I don't mind it all that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, but I do think that she needed to apologize to the residents because some of them might be like, "Hey, look, I was going through some shit. I'm sorry, y'all," and they'll be like. Some of them might forgive her,
Excuse you for
but no,
choking
you're
me.
gonna create little fucking demons. You're gonna create little fucking people that want to kill the Avengers and shit. But whatever. Anyway, so Jimmy in the end scenes, Jimmy is the one that cleans up. He's the FBI. He's in charge. He's got authority. Hey, authority looks good on you. And Jimmy's like, hey,
Should've
I'm all right.
done more
Let's
in
start
this
in the
episode.
hardware story for evidence. What? Wait, what? Okay. They arrest the old sword director. And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for your meddling
The ice cream
kids.
truck. Fuck you,
That ice
Hayward.
cream. Oh, right. Darcy. So as the guy tries to escape after shooting kids, Darcy shows up with
her
her
one
ice cream
line,
truck. Yeah, enjoy jail. Yeah,
And
I did
that is the
something in
last
my
we
episode.
see of
Bye,
her.
guys.
Yes, come on.
You like Darcy a lot, don't you?
She was there the entire time.
Yeah.
Why just give her one line? Give her something else to do.
Yeah.
And even at the end, they're like, well, where's Darcy? He's like, oh, she thinks debriefing is for the week, so she's off.
Yeah, we couldn't afford her for today.
I was like, all right,
and that
you're
happens
filming
later on, too.
5 minutes today.
And so they arrest the old sword director Rambo. I think they called her Director Rambo, right? Or did they just say
don't
something
Captain.
Rambo? Captain Rambo, maybe. And so follow me. They go into the theater. One of the agents turns into a scroll and says, hey, I got somebody who wants to meet with you. And she's like, where? And he's like, Joe's like, upstairs? I'm like, Joe, no, not upstairs in the theater.
She goes
in
upstairs.
space.
She's doing here.
So this is a reference
Or
to
made it
Samuel.
better.
This is a reference to Samuel L. Jackson. I guess they
Yes.
couldn't afford his appearance fee.
No.
A little bit here, but it sort of confirms the previous theories out there that Samuel L. Jackson is now part of the Galactic One. He's not just up there vacationing. That shit is,
Well, there's
this
a Secret Invasion
agency.
show happening, right? So she's probably
Yeah.
going to be in it, and he'll be in it, and so.
I didn't know about the Secret Invasion show. This one that I didn't know about. Anyways, and then finally we get another scene at the end. Scroll through all the credits, you'll get to it. She's at this beautiful vista, mountains, lakes, beautiful trees, a small, tiny, wonderful, cozy little cabin, and she's outside. But when you zoom in, she's actually inside, so she's doing more manifestations, just kind of showing
Book
you
of
that
Evil.
she can create manifestations by will instead of by, tragedy or whatever. And so she's really actually looking through her books of witches and
She's doing the Doctor Strange thing.
learning to be a real witch. But she suddenly hears the cries of help from what I assume were her children.
Kids, yes.
All right, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
what I was thinking too. It's like he sounds like him.
So maybe her kids aren't necessarily dead, but we saw that they're manifestations of her minds. I don't know where they're going with this. And
Her kids go away and then come back in the comics too, so maybe that's one of those things that it leads us into there.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 2 Doctor Strange references in this episode, so hopefully that does mean that
yeah,
this-
you are more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, and
she's studying. She's doing the astral projection thing and studying exactly like Doctor Strange with his theme playing. I think it was his theme playing.
pretty weak compared to what they could have done. But okay, let's go to final verdict.
Final verdict, I'm torn between a 7 and an 8 after all. The 7, I need to just taper down my expectations. It's not what I wanted and the theories that we wanted, but it was overall still a good conclusion with Wanda and her storyline, but I still kind of wanted more from the other characters in their little
there's
character arc.
Yeah. That's
Monica
what I'm
didn't
for.
really do much at the end besides save the kids, but
But she got her awards.
yeah, but it was still very touching. I love the emotion and the acting in this and the fight scenes.
And
I'm
Ralph
probably
Boner.
I'm probably gonna go with an 8.
Okay.
'Cause, yeah, it's not what I wanted, but it was still a good watch. 8 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right about there with you, but stuck between the two. There were some parts that were really, really exceptional, and there was things that they didn't cover, and there are things they spent too much time on in lieu of spending more time on the stuff that I think that they should have, and it's kind of a problem. It's also hard because the last episode was so good, and it was building
great
up into
build-up,
something
yeah.
incredible, and you want it to build up into something and then just explode into something
Y'all
incredible.
gave it like a 10. I
Yeah.
think y'all did. I gave it like a 9.
Yeah, and so like this one is definitely it's good.
They lost 2 points.
It's satisfying, but it's clearly like a step down. It kind of reminds me of what happened with Endgame. Like there were some amazing parts in Endgame, but then there's some like time travel, like timey-wimey shit
hate
that
that,
it's just
yeah.
like it's like, is this perfect? No, it's satisfying, but I
Push it out.
Okay.
So I'm glad that we got what we got, and so I'm gonna give it an 8. But it's definitely a step down from the last episode. And, good series overall.
Again, I'm going to go into the territory of tough love. I love this series. And in order to get to tough love, you have to love it first. I love it. I multiple 9s up into 10s. It started slow, really enjoyed it, and I was hoping for a little bit better ending episode. The director was right. The director said some people will be disappointed, and I am disappointed, but not for the reasons that he thinks. Yes, there were some theories out there, but I didn't really give a shit. I mean, in the overall scheme of things, don't care about Mephisto, don't care about, that. I kind of do care about mutants and bringing in the X-Men and stuff, but I don't expect them to do it right now in a TV show like this. They're going to do it later. So the fact that it didn't hit all these theories is not the problem for me. The problem for me was it was 40 minutes long. You introduce and resolve a new character all within 10 minutes, and you don't resolve him at all anyway. Within 10 minutes, White Vision. And then Pietro was a fake out on purpose. You're playing with shit, and then you don't do anything with it, with the X-Men universe and all this other stuff.
And the
Ralph
scientist,
Boner.
the cameo that we thought.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, nobody.
It was just the
nobody.
officer,
Yeah.
loyalist. But I kind of knew that too. So
Yeah.
a little bit of things that didn't really go in a satisfying way, but it was executed about as well as it could be executed from there. So again, just like these guys, I'm at 7 and 8, and
It's tough.
I want to do tough love to 7, but I was like 8. I'll do the 7. I can't do it. I have to do 8. I have
Hey
to
man,
do 8.
it's your opinion.
I know, but I want to be the one that gives it the tough love. It's like we needed a little bit more, and we needed to stick that landing. People are gonna hate me for it. I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna do 7 because it is still above. It's still better than above average, and it executed the things that it did. But when you gave the last episode a 10 and you went down to 8, you just lost 2 points. I gave the last episode a 9, I lost 2 points, went down to 7. That's my explanation. I think it could have ended a little bit better, but I was happy with the way it ended, and I highly recommend everybody go out and watch this series, and you will love it. It is creative. It really adds depth to characters that I otherwise was like,
this whole WandaVision, just hurry up. Let me get to the other battles and all this stuff. But now I'm like, damn, man, I want to see more of Vision. I want to see more of Wanda. I want to see where she goes. And it looks like she's like going to be like the focus, right? Where Tony Stark was the focus, or, you know, some of these other characters. Like, who are we going to get our next Tony Stark? Who's going to lead the universe? And I kind of Wanda, but Wanda has been damaged, so maybe she's gonna be like, nah, I don't feel like doing that because she's so powerful she can do anything. It's like, nah, I don't want to, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Because that's kind of what she has to do in the comics to explain away like shit is going down. Why doesn't Wanda show up and just take care of it? Well, nah, whatever.
I'm good.
So loved it. I'll go with tough love. You can downvote the video if you want. 7 out of 10 on this final one. But let's go ahead and do series overall. Let's do a final rating for the entire WandaVision series. Go ahead.
Overall, I would say a 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a great watch. Real quick. That was just some of my downfalls. It was a little too quick.
Yeah.
It stumbled on the landing, but it was still good.
Yeah.
9 for me
Hell yeah.
overall.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I mean, there was a lot of storylines. There was a lot of things happening that we didn't understand, and that do become more and more clear.
yeah,
and it's really easy if you look at a lot of really garbage TV shows that are like all of these threads go out in all these different directions, and they never bring them back, and then the endings are disappointing. And this one kind of had. There was a couple that made it away, but for the most part, it kind of came together, and it was pretty concise, and it was enjoyable. And it's unfortunate that it didn't end the way, not the end the way that we wanted to, but end as strong as I think as
Stronger.
as it could have, and we know that they are capable of. So I agree with the 9. 9's good.
I think that there's a 10 to conversation here. You can have a conversation. If you give it a 10, I totally understand where you come from.
Same.
So 9, 10, I am going to go 9. I think, a little slower start, but then when you look at where it's going, all that is justified. And then this ending, it was executed about as well as they could execute it for within that time frame and the way they did it, but it could have been a little more satisfying. And knowing how capable they are throughout making me give a shit about this whole thing. Going from not giving a shit, like, get WandaVision out of the way. Let me see these other shows, too. Wow, WandaVision's where it's at. I don't think Falcon and this one can be as good as WandaVision. That's a 9 out of 10 for me. So don't focus on my individual episode ratings like the last one, 7 out of 10 for the ending and some of the beginning ones.
Now that we see the full picture.
Now that we've got the full picture, this thing is worth every penny. In fact, Disney Plus is really kicking ass. I mean, for the subscription, I would buy it
Except for
just.
that movie.
I was like, what?
I would buy it. What's wrong?
It's the last thing we watched on Disney Plus and did a review for. None of us liked.
Right, but we're telling people that it's like,
Yeah.
don't pay extra $30. It's going to be free in June. But Disney Plus is kicking ass because for that subscription price alone, I think Mandalorian and WandaVision does it for me. I'm happy with that. But they need to constantly bring more content.
2 weeks.
So
we get 2 weeks.
So a 2-week break and then
Winter
Falcon?
Soldier,
Yep.
Falcon.
All right, let us know, guys. Do you want us to do Falcon and Winter Soldier? And we could do episode by episode and go through it with you guys. Leave it down in the comments. If you'd like to see something like that, help us out. Support us by clicking that link, engaging with it. Shows them that, you're maybe possibly interested in getting a VPN, protecting your data. It's very important these days. And we want to thank them for sponsoring our show. And looking forward to what's next. So I don't want to end yet. Let me real quick talk about where you think the future of not only Wanda and Vision is going, but the MCU. I'll start.
Yeah.
I think that obviously, eventually, the White Vision will become the current Vision. That's a given. And Wanda will reunite with him, and we'll have some happiness there, and then maybe
Real kids.
So that's probably not going to happen until the culmination, the Avengers Endgame of this next phase. I think they're going to hold it all throughout that. So we're probably going to see you in the next
gonna be a
6
while.
years, right, before they reunite. That kind of sucks.
That'd be fucked up. Like, where have you been?
Yeah.
You've been alive all this time? What the
Now, this is very, very dangerous, and I should say very, very expensive for Marvel because they were able to kind of hand wave away Captain Marvel and Wanda, right, when they were fighting Thanos. Because these are two ultra-powerful heroes that,
can fucking kick Thanos' ass without the Infinity Gauntlet, right? But they were both rookies. They were both, there, and then they were gone. But now that these people are
reading
fucking
them
at full
books.
power, it's going to be very fucking difficult. And you already wasted Thanos. You are not wasted. You already brought out Thanos. You brought out your big guns and the Infinity Gauntlet. Where the fuck do we go from here? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very difficult. They can't just hand wave one scene where all the women get together, and then barely do anything.
Women get it done.
Women
Boys.
but so they're actually have to go all in, and Wanda's going to have Scarlet Witch is going to have a huge fight against whoever is the next big villain. So that's what I think. What about y'all?
Go ahead.
I hope that we're gonna get a cameo of Wanda in Doctor Strange, which we know is coming up. I mean, we kind of know what their roadmap is. I mean, they've shown we know exactly what's coming. Like we're eventually getting into the Eternals, and so there's some like cool stuff that's coming. And when you start to up the average power level of all the people in here. There are some more interesting bad guys that they can start playing with, and they can start playing for bad guys from other dimensions or other versions of them. So I'm excited to see where they go with it. I'm actually more worried for Winter Soldier and Falcon because this is well, because what I've seen so far, I love buddy cops. It doesn't look like a buddy cop that I want to see because they're like, I don't like you either. It's like, fuck off with that shit. So this is a hard act for them to follow.
They like buddy cops,
but they're not buddies. They hate each other, and there's only 6 episodes.
It's a type of buddy cop.
Well, I guess, but yeah, it depends on how quick they become buddies. If they. Yeah, so I'm just worried about this next series because I don't even think anyone at Disney thought that Wanda was
going to be anywhere near as good as Wanda.
It's easier, right? WandaVision gets like the tick for technical difficulty, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a weird concept, weird storyline, lesser known characters, and they did wild shit with it. So it's like good on you for trying something
9
new.
out of 10.
Yeah, but Captain, this next series is easy. It's a fucking action movie, spy thriller, buddy cop, hybrid.
Easy to use too many tropes.
And
easy
then it's
to
like,
just laze it out. Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard for them.
Yep.
Is it too late to still keep the dream alive? Manifesto coming.
Manifesto.
Mephisto.
Mephisto.
He can be there.
Mephisto.
Next
That's what I
movie.
meant.
Doctor
Joe,
Strange.
it is too late. China. We already told you this.
Damn.
He's not coming. Mephisto.
He's pretty
I'm
powerful.
gonna say Mephisto. For
See?
now. I like it. Satine is done. Joe, it's not
Satine.
happening. Predictions on who the final.
Well, what's the next episode or the next series they're gonna do
It's
with
Falcon.
Rainbow? Are they gonna do something?
I
like that?
imagine she'll be in Secret War, the Skrull invasion.
yeah.
I don't think she gets her own show. I think she gets like a prominent role in like Secret Invasion or something like that, or supporting role in that. So,
Super Skrulls, maybe that can be the bad guy because then you get to do
Invasion, the Secret Invasion, but they kind of flipped it on its head where their Skrulls are the good guys and they're good guys right now. So it's gonna be interesting to see what maybe Adam Warlock, or there was teases in Guardians of the Galaxy, like there's some golden thing in
the coffin.
The coffin. Shit, man, I don't know. Where do you guys think it's going? And thank y'all so much for watching the future of the MCU. If it's as good as WandaVision, is very bright, but we'll have to see with Captain or Falcon and
What
Winter
phase are we
Soldier.
on?
4.
It's either 4 or 5. I fucking forget.
I don't know what
4.
phase we're
I think
on
it's
now.
I think it's 4. All right. Let us know the phase as well. Bye, guys. See you on the next Angry Joe show. Bye.